Good morning, girls and boys, and welcome to week 9 of our art class. And I hope that everybody's doing well at home. And I just wanted to go over a few things about our classroom. Even though we're virtual right now and we're not in person together in the classroom, we still have some rules that I would like it if you could please follow. And these are more like how you want to be treated. So even though we're not together in the classroom, think of your new classroom as being in your home, which it is, right? And you're bringing a little bit of me into your home, and I'm bringing you into my home. So in this classroom, we respect. I will respect you. You please respect me too. And that means that you have to respect the people around you in your space. So in your house, if you see that someone else, a sibling, a cousin, somebody else is doing work, or they're studying, or they're trying to be quiet, please be respectful and mindful of their space, okay? And try to be extra quiet or try not to get in the way. It says, stay calm. In this classroom, I will stay calm, and please stay calm too. So if you get frustrated, a little angry, something's not going quite right, take a deep breath and then start again, right? We never quit. We're always very proud of everything that we do. Do we make mistakes? Yeah, we all do. But we don't stop there. We try to fix the mistake and move forward, right? So that we can be successful in everything that we do. Right here says listen. Listen. I will listen to you. Please listen to me. So if we are actively listening, can we be speaking at the same time? No, can't do that. Our brain can only process one of those at a time, right? In order to be fully able to listen to somebody, we have to be quiet and give them the respect and the time and the space to speak. Then when they're done speaking, then it is our turn, right? So we should practice that everywhere. Another rule of the classroom is to be open. I will be open to your ideas, and you please be open to my ideas, right? So I give you suggestions, and you don't have to take them, right? I always like to give options and choices, and sometimes you guys write back to me, do I have to do this? Do I have to make it look like outer space? Do I have to make this color? And I always say, it is your artwork, you are the artist. I suggest this, but you may do whatever you like, and if you have a different idea, you are more than welcome to follow through with that, right? And explore and experiment, right? Because that's what artists do. Work. I will work with you. You please work with me. In this virtual classroom, it's tricky to try to figure out Google Classroom and all the different ways that it works and how to submit your work and attach the files and all that stuff. So we have to be patient and we have to work with one another, right? And eventually we figure it out together. It says best. I will always do my best. Please do yours, right? So I am doing my best and I'm proud of what I do, and you should always do your best and be proud of what you do. And even if you're not 100% confident about what you're doing, or you don't particularly like this project that we're working on, or you don't feel that it's looking like what you want it to look like, don't quit. Don't give up. Try it. What's the worst thing that can happen is that you don't like it, and that's it. You never look at it again, right? But at least you're trying and you're learning new things. And by making mistakes, that's how we learn. So I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you for when you do that, because it is a hard thing to do. And then right here, that brings us to, no matter what the problem is, it will be easier if we work together to figure it out, right? We all work together. We can share ideas and work it out together. And it says, you are all the reason that I am here. I am so grateful to have all of you as my students, and I look forward to these videos every single week, and that when I get your work back, I am so proud of you to see what you've learned and how you're growing as artists, right? And right here, this sheet right here says mindset matters. It says change your words to change your mind, right? So instead of saying I made a mistake, it says tell yourself mistakes help me learn, right? That's very important. Focus on the positive, not the negative. It says I can't do it. I can't do it. If you tell yourself you can't do it, are you going to be able to do it? No, you're not. But if you say, I'm on the right track, right? I kind of get it a little bit, so let me just keep pushing forward, right? Let me be positive. It says, it's good enough. It's good enough. Is it really good enough? If it's not your best work, it's not good enough, boys and girls. It says, instead of saying it's good enough, is this my best work? That's what it says right here. So if it's not your best, then you haven't done all that you can do. And then you can't truly be proud of yourself or your work, right? So these are just a few different ways that you can try to train or retrain your brain to be more positive, okay? In everything that we do in life, not just in art class. And that brings me to today. Today's lesson, we are focusing on line, and we have talked a lot about line. We've talked about the different kinds of lines. For example, we have talked about straight lines. We have talked about zigzag lines, right? We have talked about curved lines, all different kinds of curved lines. And we have talked about the quality of line, how thick or how thin the quality of that line is, right? And all of these are important things to know about the element of line, because that's an artist tool. We use line for everything that we do as artists. So the other thing about line that I wanted to discuss today is that line is a mark, a little mark that spans the distance between 2 points, 1, 2. So here is a point, and here is a point, and here's the mark. And I extend this line, and if I pull it across to this second point, it becomes a line, right? And I know that we discussed this a little bit earlier on, but let's say that I want to make a curved line. I take this mark and I extend it, and I bring it from one point to another, and when I stop, it becomes a curved line, right? That mark is a curved line. It can be a short line, or it can be a much longer line. Okay? And then as we use those lines and we come and connect, that's how we create shapes, okay? Whether they're geometric shapes or whether they are biomorphic shapes. Once we bring that line and connect it back to its first point, that encloses that space, creating a shape, okay? So, but what we're gonna do today is we're gonna continue to use line, but we're going to use very short lines. And we're going to take those short lines, and we're going to put them very close together in some parts and very separated in other parts. And what inspired me to do this piece was you and your reaction to Marvin, my dog. So Marvin, come here, Marv. Come, do you want a treat? Come on. I'm gonna see if he will come over here. I don't think he's going to, but I can show you. He's always around. Say hi, Marv. Who's a good boy? So there's Marvin, boys and girls. And since so many of you thought that he was so cute, I thought that you would enjoy maybe making a portrait, but of a dog. So right here I have 2 examples, and I have one of a dog similar to Marvin, And I have one very, very old example that I made a long time ago of a cat. Now, I'm gonna show you how we're gonna begin these, okay, or one of them. And you can choose, but I'm going to focus on the dog for this lesson, okay? Because you said that Marvin inspired you guys and that you thought he was really cute, so I thought maybe we'd bring him into our art world. But I just wanted to show you that these pieces were made not by coloring our space, but by using lines. Just many, many, many lines. So look, I'm gonna bring this cat really, really close up, and I want you to just notice that every single thing on this paper is made up of a line or a dot. And the reason that I'm showing you that is so that you can see that even the dark areas over here are not colored like we use crayon to color. I just put the lines very, very closely together. And that is why it appears to be so dark. This I did in pen, just a regular pen. And this dog I did in marker. And the reason for that is that the marker I can do faster. The tip of the marker is a lot wider than that of a pen, right? The pen point is like a pencil point. It's very, very small. So it takes a lot longer to make all of these lines. It goes a little bit faster if I use the marker to show the lines. Okay, so I am going to ask everybody to start by just getting a blank piece of paper, any piece of paper, just like we've been using since the beginning of the year, and a pencil, okay? And the reason that we need a pencil is just to make the basic shape of the dog's face, okay? We're just gonna make a couple of shapes on our page, and then we go either right to marker or right to crayon or whatever material it is that you'd like to use. If you'd like to use pen or just stick with pencil or a color pencil, whatever it is that you have available at home, please get that and use that. But we are going to start by making a few shapes, like I said, and I'm going to put this as an attachment onto your Google Classroom in case you wanted to do the whole body of the dog, and it breaks it down to the basic shapes here so that you can do step by step how to draw the dog, okay? So let's see here. I hope you can see, okay. All right, so I'm going to start by just showing an oval. Marvin's face is more like an oval, so I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to place it towards the top of my paper, like this, and I'm just going to lightly draw an oval around my hand, like that, like we would do for a person's face, okay? And then I'm going to come down here and close this space, just like that. And we'll go back later and we'll erase all the pencil after we've added the marker, okay? So these are just guidelines. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to make like a heart-shaped nose or an upside down triangle. So maybe somewhere down here, I'm gonna start by making an upside down triangle. And I'm just drawing it freehand. And instead of making the corners pointy, I'm going to make them rounded and curve them around. Because nothing on an animal or a person is pointy and sharp, right? We're more biomorphic, right? So now I need you to show me 2 curved lines coming from the bottom of this triangle. A curved line like this and a curved line like this. So it will look like he's smiling. Okay, and now we move up here to, let's see, to the middle of this oval. And we're going to put a circle here. And you know what helps? If I take my fingers and I make a peace sign, then I put them right in the middle of my oval, like this. Then wherever my fingers land, that's where I put the circles for the dog's eyes. And that helps to put them in the right location and to have them spaced out pretty well. Okay, so now we have the parts that we need except for the ears. So we're gonna come up here on the top of this oval. We're gonna flatten it out a little bit so that it looks less like an egg. And we're gonna come down with kind of like a straight line and down again, and those are going to become ears. I'm super proud of you boys and girls. You're doing great already, I could tell. And then we're gonna come down here and bring this one down and back up. So it looks like a foot or a shoe. And then another one down here and then up. And if you don't want to do it that way, let's say you have a dog or you have a dream dog that you want to have one day when you're a grown-up, and it happens to have pointy ears and sticks up. You could do that and make it look more like this cat, and have the ears come up and out, right? So that's totally up to you. Okay, and then from here, we would just do this to show that we're zooming in on the dog's face and that the rest of his body would be coming off the page. And then here, coming down like this, just 2 curved lines, right? And then since we did this in pencil, we can always go back and we can erase if we don't like that particular shape. Like maybe I want it to be a little more narrow. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, and now we need just a little curved line resting right above that circle. And another curved line, like a rainbow, just sitting, resting right on top of the circle of his eye. Okay, pretty good. All right, that's about all we need the pencil for. That's it. Now, what you need is to either get your crayon or your marker and start by adding some lines. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take my marker, and I only have to think about how the hair is growing or the fur is growing. So because he's not flat, he's 3-dimensional, right? That means we can grab him and he's not flat like whoosh, like a piece of paper, right? So let's start right here on his snout, right above his nose. And all I'm going to do is go like this, up with short little lines. I'm gonna make this dog brown. You don't have to. You could make your dog blue, you could make your dog red. It does not have to be realistic. It's your choice. So all I'm doing is like how we would make grass, right? Remember how we come up like this with short little lines, and we are creating a visual texture, right? We're artists. Our job is to try to make it look like these lines are really fur, like we could touch them and pet them and that it would feel soft, right? And so we are just making these little lines, and now as we come out around his nose, we're going to fan these out. Make the hairs come down, like this, down. Right? I promise it's gonna look amazing, right, when we're finished. So right now, short little lines. And notice, I am leaving white space in between. I always tell you, fill in the white spaces. Don't leave white spaces. Make it colorful, full of color, right? Yeah, Miss Petrelli, I know, you're always saying that. Now I'm telling you the opposite. I'm telling you, leave the white spaces in between, okay? Because the more white space we leave in between, the lighter the value in the face of the animal. The closer together that we put these lines, let me show you. If I take this piece of paper and I make these lines very close together, it looks darker. If I leave more space in between, it appears to get lighter in value, right? That's because the proximity, right, or how close together these lines are, that is what makes it appear a dark value, okay? So we are creating a visual texture for our animal's fur or hair, and we are just adding short little hairs. And now we're gonna come down here, around his mouth. So we have to have that hair grow downward and around to show the curvature, right? To show that his face has curves and curves around. So we're just gonna continue to do this. Short little lines, and notice I'm filling up all of my space, but I'm making it with lines. I'm not just coloring like this. I'm not coloring it, because if I color, can I see the lines? Nope. And we need to show those individual short lines to show the visual texture. So I'm just going to go like this and continue to add short little lines. And this is something that you can do while you listen to music. You can have the TV on if you want, just to have some background noise. It's pretty relaxing. Does that make sense? Okay. I know it doesn't look good yet, but it will, I promise. So that is basically what we're going to start doing today and this week. And you can just fill up this head, just this space right here, wherever fur is growing on that animal. And we're just gonna continue to fill up around the eyes. Notice how I'm going around, 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 up and out. We started at the nose and we're projecting outward. Like when you draw the sun in your pictures, and then you put the rays of the sun coming out and all around your circle. That's kind of what we're doing. We're radiating outward, okay? So I am really, really excited to see your work, and you know, you have my examples here, so let's see what you can come up with, okay? And you don't have to finish this. This is all you have to do for this week, okay? Is just to begin your drawing and start to fill up just his face with short little lines. Short little lines, right? Okay. All right, boys and girls, it was great to see you, and I'm super proud of you, and I can't wait to see you next time, okay? Thanks a lot. Have a great week. Bye.